The last thing I need to show you with indexing is how to get at the metadata, which is pretty simple. Well, first of all, let's just copy this script. Let's go back to here, and let's go back into, as you can see, we already used user indexes, and I would have to connect to shows to use user indexes. So, to find all the user index type views, I would run a query like this. I would look at the thing called dictionary, where the table name is like user wildcard index wildcard. So let's run this query here and play it. Well, we get an error because I managed to inadvertently highlight this M character like this. I run this again, play. It's trying to run M. If I do this, we know this is SQL Developer. It's trying to run from. That's just interesting. I either don't highlight anything and click play and it goes to the end, the line termination character, or I highlight the entire line and run it. That's just a little quirk in SQL Developer. But as you can see, it's given me user and everything that is IND. Now, I can't look up index because some of them are actually IND. So we're looking at user indexes. We're looking at user ind columns. We could look at things like user ind partitions, user ind subpartitions, but that is subpartitioning and partitioning. Join indexes, partition indexes, XML, all sorts of stuff. The only ones we're really interested in are this particular query, all the user indexes. This gives me all the metadata for the indexes in my shows schema. And this gives me all the index information for the columns and the indexes in my shows schema. What I'd like to show you as well, in addition, is a blog entry that I have. I need to find my blog and find some queries on my blog that are very useful. These queries are useful because they allow you to join the information between the indexes and the index columns. I'm going to go to my bookmarks, and I have my blog right there in a bookmark. So if I can remember the password, because I haven't gone into this for a few weeks, and I've got 2 times 2, 1 times 2 is 2. That's the little capture code. One of my blogs gets hacked every now and again. Who knows why? But let's go and view the blog. And I could have just gone into oracleperformancetuner.com. And here we have DBA indexes. It's actually a private entry. It means I haven't published it yet because I haven't got it organized. But they're very simple queries. Select table name. There's all sorts of partitioning goodies and things in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of here. In fact, take this out of here. I put it into this script. I'm going to edit it quickly and then show you it working. So I've edited this script which allows me to join all the user index information with the user index column information. And all I'm going to do is simply copy and paste it and run it in SQL Developer so you can see what this actually does. Well, there's all sorts of information in here, and there's additional stuff in this particular query. Go back to the script again. Well, we don't need partitioning information. That's parallel. That tells you whether you have the parallel setting. All this is doing here is telling me that it's unique, and it's decoding it. The decode function, which you know, says uniqueness. If it's unique, show it as UNQ, otherwise show it as null. Gives you the position of a column in an index, the name of the column, the name of the index, the status of the index. This takes the index type and decodes it. Normal is a B tree. A bitmap's a bitmap. Function-based normal is actually a function-based B tree. And it basically reinterprets. It's pretty simple. I've run it in there, if I want to run it in SQL Plus, I would have to go back to my blog entry, which is here, and pick out all the format settings for SQL Plus. I've got to get this in the right place to copy and paste this. These will allow me to format and push this query out in a sensible format in a SQL Plus window. So let's blow this window up a little bit. Get it across the screen. It's a lot of information. Run all these things. Let's go back to the query again and run it in SQL Plus. That's how you get at the index metadata. Simple as that. Essentially, the user indexes and the user ind column tables or views. They're actually metadata views. If you wanted to look at the system information or any user from another user, you would use DBA indexes or DBA underbar ind columns, or also all. If I was to use all in here, it would give me access to all indexes that my user shows had access to, including some general system information that we don't need to worry about at this point. That is indexing.